I'm Mona Austin at the White House. This is the Slice Report. President Donald Trump was fuming before he departed to the Netherlands for NATO on Tuesday morning because Israel broke a truce, as did Iran. Less than 24 hours before his departure, they both agreed to stop the bombing. And just because they did not cooperate with that agreement, the president dropped an F-bomb of his own.
That they don't know what the they're doing. Do you understand that?
Now, domestically, when the president gets back, he's going to have to face a huge question. Did he have the right to get involved in a war without congressional approval? Chuck Schumer is fuming in the Congress and has asked for a classified briefing on the matter. He also had a special request to have all of Congress come together and get all the details about how the U.S. got embroiled in the war in the first place. That meeting was delayed, and so he was upset on Tuesday afternoon, telling reporters he got no explanation for the delay.
And it undermines the very principles of accountability and oversight that safeguard our democracy.
Now, there's been a lot of back and forth on this among legislators. Some say President Trump had a right to get engaged, like Senator John Fetterman, who says that this was not a war but an operation. Given that he is a Democrat, this seems like an odd response. But then, on the other hand of this, a Republican, Marjorie Taylor Greene of Georgia, she says that the president is going too far in his push for the war. He's supposed to be on the side of peace. The president does continue to say that he is on the side of peace and he wants all of this to end, which begs the question, how do you get to peace by participating in a war? We have so much more to discover as to where the president is going in his negotiations for peace over in the Middle East. This is in some ways just the beginning, even though he wants it to be the end of conflict. There are accords that need to be signed and specific things that need to be in writing and in place so that the U.S. will know how their new relations with that region will go forth. Now, one thing that has to be clarified even further is this piece on war powers. President Trump would not have been the first president to have engaged in a war without congressional permissions. We've seen that over time. Even President Biden, there were strikes that occurred under his leadership. But what the real issue is with war powers is, when can the president say move forward with any militaristic action, as opposed to when he would need to have that permission. Under the War Powers Resolution of 1973, the president can intervene militarily in response to an imminent threat without congressional approval. So it is a time frame issue, and we'll have more on that as the details unfold. And there are, just to end this, to let you know, there are a few people on the Hill who would like to see President Trump impeached for going forth. Their perspective is that he did go forth without the consent of Congress, and that thereby is a violation of the Constitution. So there are those folks, and Nancy Pelosi was asked about this, and she wants to get past impeachment. There's so many other things that require the attention of Congress right now, she said. At the White House, Mona Austin reporting for the Slice News.